Yo, this is gas.
Way better. Way better.
That's so sick. I do miss the headphones. Welcome back, everybody. This is Weirdly Artistic. I'm Jose.
I'm Nick.
And today we're talking more audio.
More audio. Listen up.
Listen.
Listen with
It's
us.
funny. I was actually, so, like when you envision something, when you are thinking about music, do you and listen?
I guess.
I just saw
Yeah.
someone like make that comment. I was like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah. When you're composing, are you listening or are you envisioning? your
envisioning.
music?
Yeah. I mean, I watched the Pharrell doc.
Yeah.
He sees music in
He
color.
listens
Yeah.
in color.
In color.
He listens
Yeah,
in color.
Guess so.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was funny that someone just threw that out there.
Yeah,
But this week, last episode, we were talking about just the history of sound in film. We didn't get a chance to touch on what Foley is.
Yeah. I think it's a whole topic in itself.
And something that people don't know is who he was.
Yeah. Mr.
Right.
Jack.
So a Foley is someone that makes sound effects, post-production for films or anything really at this point.
Ads, TV shows, live.
Like all the walking, rustling of movements,
Cloth, whooshes.
explosions, like everything is generated at this point. Nothing is
There's a
recorded
sound.
on set.
Yeah.
And I mean, even for like actors, right? Like they go back in and re-record
like
their
the Hugh
scripts.
Jackman one, where he's like in pretending to sprint and doing like Wolverine sounds.
No, they're actually in a booth, like reenacting the scene, but just focusing on their audio,
The specific moment, which is
so,
cool.
Yeah, no, and I was watching like a little documentary about sound and stuff, and like why they really do that is because like on set, if you have effects going on, like a wind machine to like for like a speed chase or anything like that where you can't hear audio, a lot of the times the audio is just unusable.
Useless. Yeah.
Like it's useless. Like they cannot use it. So they'll just use it for a reference for the actors to like go back in and kind of get the same cadence and kind of the same
the same
movement
delivery.
of the mouth, right? To like make it
Sound
like,
the same.
Yeah, sync up with what they're saying.
I saw that IMAX cameras are super loud because they're film. And so I wonder if that's like a strategy that they have to implement with all their films.
Yeah.
Unless they have like great mics where they're,
And I'm sure they do, but again, they probably still have to go back and re-record. Yeah. But I thought that was really interesting that like even now, like you assume with the way video cameras kind of record and like your phone, right? You can hear stuff pretty clearly, but like there's so much going on set that they still,
mess it up.
they essentially film a silent film, and then they're still adding everything over it.
Both of our horror films are pretty much that way.
Yeah, no, like actually we had
90% of it.
Yeah, you and I were like on the DJI mics, like
making back end stuff, like
yeah, and that's it. It's such an important part of any film or any short movie. Video, like anything that is video, it is so important when you're professionally doing it to add sound, and it's really interesting to see that they still fully do everything on the back end. It's nothing is really taken from the front end.
They fully do it on the back end.
They fully do it.
Yeah.
So Jack Foley. So
history of the man.
Really pioneered a lot of the industry too. Like honestly. He started working with Universal Studios in 1914, and he didn't start as he was there like very, very early on. And he didn't start with sound, although he was insanely talented, had a great knack for it. But he started as just a stuntman and like a double for
kind of
like
a
films,
dope
right?
place to start.
Which is it's just really dope. Like he was just part-time doing that,
I think
essentially.
That might have led like how he understood movement and like what to capture or show when you're
his
building
little tricks like was actually like, really interesting to listen to. But yeah, he started as a double, a stuntman, and he was working like part time as like just like a clerk somewhere.
Yeah.
And as at the same time doing that, and then he became a location scout
which is a dope job.
So he kind of made it so a lot of Westerns kind of went to where he scouted, which I remember, I forgot what the ranch was called, but it was somewhere in like Northern California where they had like the Sierras and all that kind of stuff. And it was really quiet. So like perfect for Westerns where like they needed
Easy
a lot
studio
of,
plant.
exactly, a lot of open field. And then from there, as the talkies started, he went from scouting and even directing. I didn't know that he was directing a lot of silent
Jack
films.
Foley, okay.
Yeah, so he did like everything.
Man
in
of
film.
all talents.
Like literally did jack of all trades.
Wow.
Maybe that's where the phrase came from.
Maybe that's it.
But yeah, so he directed silent films. He sold a lot of scripts to Universal that got produced. And then, as I think we mentioned last episode, how Warner Brothers put out the first talkie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, actual audio.
And then that got them all kind of thinking like, well, we need to do something more. We need to catch up. We can't just be falling behind. So there was this like recorder thing, like a mobile recorder that they would like borrow.
Probably a refrigerator size thing.
Yeah, dude. It was just like this. It was called the Fox something. I forgot what it was called. But it was this recorder, and they were like experimenting with it. And I guess they like busted out a movie in 3 days. Like using it after Warner Brothers had done their first talkie, but they busted out a movie, and then what they had to do is basically like play the film and record
while it happened,
while it was recording, because they did one full take.
Damn.
To the movie as they were watching it with orchestra. So like the orchestra was playing, and then Jack Foley was making the sound effects as the movie and the orchestra was playing.
Dude, that's
and that was the first like Foley session.
Yeah.
Right. That was the first.
What's
thing,
it called again?
Goat Glanded.
Goat Glanded.
So yeah. So any silent movie that was already out and then went back and they added
audio
sound to it, to the actual film, was called Goat Glanded Film, and we mentioned that last episode. But apparently after that first movie, the first Foley session, a lot of people went back to Jack Foley himself to do it for their films, and that's kind of like how the rest of it kept going.
Panned out.
Yeah.
He probably just started needing more things, and then his studio turned into like this
and so basically what he did is he just scouted for anyone that had anything or any knowledge of radios, anything like that. He just scouted and got them all recording just different stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they would do it live, do one full session to record like one track to the movie, and then
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so cool though, like just innovating a whole industry, and he changed it. I mean, they're still used today.
Again, like a lot of those, I mean, he has a actual career path named after him.
Yeah.
Like being a Foley
it's him.
It's him.
Yeah.
He pioneered that.
He's got a good name for it too.
Yeah.
Like the Foley.
Yeah, it kind of just rolls off the tongue.
Like the Owens would not be, it's not that great.
Yeah.
It's just kind of dumb, but that's cool. He's got a crazy history.
Yeah, so he was really embedded in that, and it just pioneered the industry for everyone else.
Yeah.
Like he was the blueprint for it all. And yeah, I mean, we have movies today like Star Wars, I think is one of the most iconic, at least to me, with the way
sound effects wise.
When it comes to like sound design and everything, like there is so much.
It was all had to be like created from scratch because it's
I mean, like the movie essentially is more sound design than anything else.
Yeah.
Like obviously like visual effects and like blue screen and all that kind of stuff. But
the sound, I mean, John Boy, of course, but the audio, like all the different tools and the guns and the ships and the things, it's like those sounds didn't exist in the 70s.
Yeah.
Those weren't a thing.
Yeah.
Was it Jack that did?
No, Ben Burt did Star Wars, like all of Star Wars.
All of it? All the way through?
Like all the way through, I believe.
Wow. Good for Ben.
Like I think he's even still alive.
You just need one client.
Yeah, I mean, and he did WALL-E too, Ben Burt.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's super cool. So yeah, Foley. What is a Foley stage, by the way? So like, what would be loaded into your Foley if you were
sound effects? I mean, you're in your booth, right? And you do have like boom mics, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen like, they have little pits of sand or gravel or.
So like what I've seen is they're like in these little like booths or studios, and they have the TV screen. For like watching the film itself, and then as it's happening, they'll recreate
sounds.
sounds.
I've seen like pots and pans or like
so
punching, raw meat for
with
punches.
Jack, one thing that was like very prominent and it was like his thing was the fact that he would do like one full take. He wouldn't like record one thing and then record another.
Yeah,
like
then
he
go
did
back.
it one full take.
That's crazy.
And what he would do for steps is he would use his cane for different steps, right? So like
interesting.
he would use that to like imitate different like weights, different speeds, all that kind of stuff. And I guess he had a piece of cloth in his pocket that he would use for movement, for like as you're like rustling, and moving around,
or taking your coat off.
Yeah,
or
so
whatever.
like it was those two things that like really like were his like trademark, I guess.
That's
like
cool.
essentially like
His
a cane
inventions.
and just cloth to like rustle.
Interesting.
And then one thing I saw when he did Spartacus is that for the chain, while like the slaves, I think it was slaves, like they're moving, he just did like keychains.
That's it.
Like cane and
Yeah.
keychains.
That's all you need.
Which was like super cool. Like,
Yeah.
dude, this guy they were doing this in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Like, they had no idea, like,
But it worked.
they started this. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy.
And then the weirdness started of Star Wars.
I would say
Their techniques were wild.
I think Star Wars really was like the start of the weird.
Yeah,
Right.
like inventing sounds.
Inventing sounds, yeah, because like when you have like your stereotypical like westerns,
just
war
gun
movies, your slice of life dramas, like
Yeah.
a lot of it is just very real world sounds.
Yeah.
When it came to
Cars,
Star Wars,
footsteps.
they had to really
invent everything.
new things and combine different sounds
Yeah.
to make these things, and
In
then
the
distort
70s.
it and like
Yeah.
raise and lower the pitch and all that kind of stuff.
Like the blaster, I believe they would hit a cable, like a power line, when they connect to the ground.
yeah.
They went out and like hit it with a baseball bat and then just recorded like the frequency that the
That's
cable made.
insane.
And then came up with the blaster sound of that. So
That's
it's just
wild.
like,
I remember, was it also like a different blaster that they used, like the Slinky?
probably, yeah. I mean,
I think I remember like seeing a video where like they were using Slinkies for like blaster sounds.
yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different gun noises too.
Yeah, that's true.
Their universe of noise as well is wild. Like even ships from different planets sound completely different. Like,
So I was watching that they would basically just take airplanes,
Yeah.
like older airplanes and like jets and stuff, and they would record them and then change the pitches.
yep.
So they would do
Or
like one
speed.
airplane for like 2 or 3 different ships.
Yeah.
And like they're different sounding, but they would just take one airplane and like change it
Yeah,
to
just
do
mesh
3
it.
different.
Or it's like the pod racers were
Yeah.
Formula One and MotoGP bikes.
Yeah.
Like that they, except for Sebulba, he had that V8.
Oh, dude. So Bulba sounded the same. Yeah.
Like he
Dude,
had
that was-
the big old carbureted engine. Like that's
Yeah.
That's another iconic sound though, and it's just like made from probably an old
Yeah.
like V8 car
And
that they.
lightsabers, dude. So Ben Burt worked with a lot of projectors, like
Okay.
in his day, like
Yeah.
before becoming a sound engineer. And he said that the projector made this like humming sound,
Interesting.
and like to him, it sounded very musical, very charming. That's how he described it. And then apparently he was at home recording sounds or whatever. Like this is when he was working on Star Wars.
Yeah.
And he recorded the projector sound, and it was just like this hum. Like if you listen to the lightsaber and it's just like humming, it's just like,
yeah.
right. And then he was watching TV, and he had a mic plugged into his recorder, and I guess it was making this staticky sound when it got near the TV.
Oh, so it was the Clash.
So it was like, yeah, like the angry kind of sound,
Yeah.
like just very distorted, and he combined them to make the lightsaber.
Dude. How do you
But
think of that?
From
Like,
there, he took that combined recording and he played it off a speaker, and then he took another microphone and he waved it around, and that's why you get the
no way.
Yeah, which I thought was
Dude,
super
I guess
cool.
that makes sense because like there's no way for them to digitally like distort the way the sound.
So yeah, when he was explaining this to me, I was like, "That's crazy." But basically, I don't know if you ever heard of the Doppler effect.
I
Like
know
you know
what a
what
Doppler
it
is.
You
Yeah,
know what
I don't
it
know what the
is.
effect is.
So
though.
the Doppler effect is the frequency of waves as you get closer and further from an object.
Oh, okay.
Right. So like as a car
Yeah.
drives by, it's like
Doppler, yeah,
right.
Doppler radar is like
Yeah.
it's stronger when it's closer.
Exactly.
That makes
So
sense.
as
Okay.
something is closer, the frequency is higher because the waves are like a lot
Yeah.
closer together. As it goes in distance.
yeah.
So that's the Doppler effect, and that's
Okay.
exactly what he did with the mic. As he would
Yeah.
swing it in front of the speaker that was playing the,
So he
the
was
sound.
actually using a lightsaber.
So yeah, he was watching the fight scenes or whatever, and he was just moving the mic
Yeah.
to the movement.
the sound.
Yeah.
What the heck?
So
dude?
yeah, so that's how he beat, like how he made the
Lightsaber
whoosh,
whooshing.
the whooshing of a lightsaber. Because yeah, how do you get
do you
a
get that?
humming to whoosh, right?
Yeah, especially in that era.
Yeah. So that's the lightsaber, and
That's
I
crazy.
believe that was the first sound effect that he made for Star Wars.
That's a great one to start with. That's wow. Ben
I mean,
Burtt,
dude, because they still use that to today.
Yeah.
Like even today's lightsabers.
they've spiced
in-
them up a little bit.
Yeah, and like Ahsoka, like it's definitely like technology has gotten a lot better, so we
Yeah.
can like make it clearer,
Digital.
crisper. But they still use that today. And for what I was watching, all the Star Wars sounds that they have recorded, they still use those from the original recordings.
That's so cool.
And they
just have the
basically
catalog.
Well, yeah, so they have them like all on these like audio discs,
Yeah.
or like I guess it's like film, right? And they will just bring them back, combine them with new things,
Yeah.
change them as technology has gotten better. We've gotten
Well, with how much
crisper and
Star
better
Wars
sound.
content there is too. Like,
Yeah, so like I guess to this point, like since the 70s, they've been using basically the same effects that
effects.
they've, like for the most part, obviously, like they've recorded new stuff,
enhance and yeah, but
they've
still.
essentially, like the library has been the same, and they've been just reusing stuff over and over again, just
I
making
mean, it's
new.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I think George Lucas has an audio company, Skywalker Sound or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, and so he might own that too. He
I mean,
might have sold it with
He
Star
definitely
Wars.
owns the Star Wars sounds for
Yeah.
sure.
So I mean, it might have gone with Star Wars, but he,
I guess Disney would own it now, yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, I am inevitable. Mickey Mouse.
I'm inevitable.
Dang, that's what happens. Besides Star Wars, what are some other sound effects? I guess there's one more Star Wars that we have to mention.
Dude, the seismic charge.
Yeah, probably one of the greatest sounds ever made.
So this is actually my favorite Star Wars or any like Foley sound at this point. Like it's so gratifying, it's so satisfying. And like when they were explaining it, it was
It makes
just
way more
beautiful.
sense. Yeah.
Because if you go watch the chase scene in Episode 2 of
Yeah.
Star Wars, when Obi-Wan is chasing Django, he drops the seismic charge, and that's the first time we ever hear it in
The
Star
greatest
Wars.
noise ever.
And so, like I mentioned, the movies are basically all sound design, especially that scene. They're
all
in space.
CGI.
It's all
Yeah.
CGI. They're in a cockpit, and yeah, you get their audio, but everything else is just sound design.
Yeah.
It's all in space, right? So because there was so much sound, one thing that Ben Burtt at the last minute decided was to create like an audio black hole,
Yeah. The silence.
right? And he said that it was kind of like lightning and thunder,
Yeah.
right? So you see the lightning, and
then
then
the
you hear the
thunder.
thunder
Yeah.
afterwards. So you like wanted that kind of exact same thing of less is more.
And it's perfect.
And he described it as he wanted the charge to like almost absorb all of sound, and that's why like in the scene you hear everything kind of just go like mute, and then you hear the
The guitar or
and
whatever. It is guitar, right?
I never found out what exactly it was. Ben Burtt said that he had the recording from the 70s, that he had it in his mind. He enlistened it from
And
way back
listened
then.
it in the 70s.
He had already enlistened that sound, and I guess he needed technology to catch up to make it like really
make it-
crisp and really
yeah.
clear
Well, and do it right.
and do it right.
Dude.
So I guess like it never was able to be realized until 2002 when they released the
it, and
movie.
they're like,
But yeah, I don't
"You've
know
been waiting
exactly
for
what
this."
it is. It sounds like a guitar.
I think it's a guitar.
like
It's-
just like the strum of a guitar
Yeah.
and like
and
distort
then
it a little bit.
Yeah, they have to.
If
it
you
seems
know,
too stringy.
let us
Yeah.
know. Like, please comment below and let
We
us
could
know
also
what
look
the
it up,
sound is. I
but-
could not find it. I spent
Oh.
like 40 minutes looking for it, and I
Okay.
could not
If
find
you know,
anywhere
let us know.
that said what it was. But yeah, and it's basically just like a bunch of machines and mechanical things. That's all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. But yeah, Seismic Charge, if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. It is the most
Especially if you like
satisfying sound.
audio.
If you like audio, and if
It's-
you like Star Wars, it is the most satisfying.
If you like Star Wars,
sound.
you've already seen it. But
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
beautiful.
But other sounds, I would say I think one of the most iconic screams,
The Wilhelm scream.
the Wilhelm scream,
Yep.
and that was from a Western.
Yeah.
What was the name of the Western?
I believe it's Fistful of Change. It's in that era. It's when Westerns were booming. It's like, I think the 30s or 40s. I can't remember.
And if you haven't heard it, yes, you have.
Yes, you have.
It's like, I would say one of the most used, like,
Random
I guess
noises.
it is like voice, but I would call it a sound effect at this point because
Yeah.
like it's from the 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
I don't like whenever
Some
it was
guy
recorded.
just had the perfect scream for a fall. And
And they've used it in Star Wars.
Yeah.
They've used it in like
Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones.
everything,
Anytime you
right?
see a major fall.
And it's just like
like,
the or whatever.
Yeah,
like
that's it. We'll play it.
we'll throw it on the. Actually, we're just gonna throw the sounds on.
It's
got to
be an open source.
Yeah, we'll throw the sounds, the seismic charge, and the Wilhelm scream on the episode, so you guys can hear it. But you guys have for sure heard the scream.
You've heard it.
You've
It's
heard
in
the
the
scream.
Disney movies. It's in everything.
Yeah, it's
like,
literally in everything. I would say that's actually the most iconic sound effect.
probably known by everyone. If you told them what it was,
Yeah.
you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I've heard
Yeah,
that."
by name you probably don't know it, but you've heard it for sure.
Yeah, if you want anyone below like 60 or 70 years old has heard it before.
I would say another iconic one is Transformers transforming.
Yeah,
Like that's
an incredible the amount of layering.
I
to
don't
build
know
that.
how they made that. I'm sure we can look it up and find out.
I mean, I've seen a guy. I saw it on a social media post, and he did it himself. He's like, "I'm gonna remake this scene."
Oh, okay.
And he just meshed together a bunch of pots and pans and metal and things that he was just
And it's
smacking
it
together.
just
and
hits you too.
Yeah.
Like, dun, dun, dun,
you
dun.
feel
Yeah,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's I think the point of it is to make you feel every piece moving.
Yeah.
And that
And they do a
that.
good job. Yeah.
That animation too is.
And
just
obviously
OG.
we're very biased with a lot of sci-fi and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So, but there's sound design in everything. I mean,
Yeah.
Interstellar, I would say, is a little more not
That's
nerdier.
it's intentional though. His is very science based. So everything that you see is typically what's happening.
And I've heard comments from even scientists that it's
one of the
fairly
most accurate movies they've seen.
fairly accurate for all the sound effects of what things would sound
Yeah.
like. So I think Interstellar did a great job,
Yeah.
and obviously we have Hans Zimmer as the
The back
composer.
end, yeah.
So he's going to do a great job. Anything else? that you
War
can think of?
movies are pretty incredible.
War
if
of the
you think about it.
Worlds.
Yeah.
Dude, the new one, not the old one, but the new
Tom
one with
Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. That's that's almost 20 years old.
The horn.
Yeah.
dude. Oh my God. The horn is actually
They nailed it too. Did you read the book in grade school? I had to read the book, and it's an old.
I didn't know
book.
it was a book. I thought it
Yeah.
was because I know it was a radio show thing, right?
That might
a
have been.
radio story. I didn't know it was a book.
Old book that we had to read. It was grade school. It was when we were reading what's the island one?
The K.
No, whatever. Huckleberry Finn, all that stuff.
Lord of the Flies.
Yes, that era when you had to read all the classic authors.
That was middle school and high school,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think I ever read those.
But anyways,
Well, I read those. I don't think I ever read War of the Worlds though.
they definitely nailed it, visually.
Yeah.
It's just a great, it's menacing. It's a menacing horn.
It changes pitches throughout the horn because it starts
It almost gets a little bit of a slap to it.
And again, we'll throw the sound on so you can hear it, but it's wild.
Yeah.
The sound is wild.
Something bad is coming.
And even the mechanical arms, when they're hiding in
They're,
that in the basement or
slithery, but
whatever.
they're mechanical.
Yeah, they do a really good job.
Yeah, that's an interesting one to bring up. I'd say alien movies in general have a lot of add to them. We just watched Arrival.
Oh, really?
That's pretty incredible in the sense that they never talk. like the sounds of the aliens. Like they're squids, but they make like rumbles. It's interesting.
What's another like clicky alien sound that I'm like blanking on?
District 9 is pretty crazy.
Actually, yeah,
That's
wow.
a wild,
Yeah.
wild like dialect from them. But because it's not like just noise, you can tell they're talking, but it's we don't.
I guess like
understand it, obviously.
in some movies, like I mean, Lord of the Rings straight up created
A language.
a language,
I
and
think
I guess so did Star Trek with Klingon.
Klingon, yeah. One Game of Thrones has Dothraki now.
Really,
It's a full language.
is High Valyrian too? Like, is that
Probably.
established?
I don't know if it's established. I know Dothraki is established.
Dracarys.
Yeah,
That's all I know.
yeah, fire. That's but alien sounds.
Aragon also kind of made it the Elvish language in that book. So I don't know if you ever read Aragon.
Oh, the the dragon one.
The dragon
yeah,
book,
yeah, yeah. I read the blue and the red one. Those two books.
I think the blue one was the first,
It's the
and I
first
think
one.
the red was the second.
Yeah,
And I think that's where I stopped reading.
and then I found Pendragon.
And then, dude, they're actually like all really. I think the thing with Aragon is it was a little denser.
Yeah,
Then Pendragon, I think, was a little.
it's a kid's book. It's a really written.
It's a young adults book. It's a
book.
young adults book.
It's a really well written.
It really is a really. It's a great
needs
story.
a show, dude. It needs
a show or a movie. I would
If
say
they
show.
do a movie,
I think show would be better because they tend to have a little more detail in shows than they do movies.
do
In
like
movies,
they did
cut
with
out.
a series of unfortunate events. So it's 12 books, and they did 3 seasons. So it's 4 books a season.
Dude, with Pendragon, I think each plane deserves its own season.
I agree,
at
but do you think a
least.
studio's gonna pull 10 seasons?
You
for
know
a
how
show?
much money they would make if they did this well?
Right.
If
They
they
did it
did this
right.
well,
Yeah, it's such a dope story.
it is such a
Do you
great
imagine the
story.
tunnels, like the travel?
Dude, I
tunnels?
can enlisten it.
Yeah, I can enlist
I
them.
can enlisten
Yeah.
the tunnels right now.
I already know the sounds.
Well, like you remember they talk about like the jingling.
music
and, dude, I
playing.
can like
Yeah.
enlisten.
I know it.
We're,
We need
we're
to call
coining
someone.
we're coining that term. By the
DJ
way.
McHale, we're coming for you.
Dude, great author.
Mm-hmm.
Great author.
Probably the only thing that I know he did, but
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah,
But-
but little off topic of worlds that make different languages.
But also
where were we
that topic
going?
is cool because like that's how a lot of these sound guys do
Yeah.
create this, especially the guys that are inventing this. Like they go and read what they're being shown and kind of listen it.
What's crazy is a lot of these guys already have like a library of things
In their
right?
head.
and like not just in their head, but like already recorded.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a lot of these guys are just going out into the world and recording just sounds they hear every day, and then they'll just save them and use them later.
I mean, think of how many websites have that as their
Yeah.
selling point. Like we
Which
have
is
unlimited.
that's insane. Yeah, like that, and that's how they think. They like they think in sounds
Yeah.
and music. Like
it's deep.
yeah.
I have another example. I talk about this movie way too much, but Dune, the ornithopters.
Oh yeah,
Dude, the idea behind that. So I watched a video of the sound designer, and he's like, I wanted something different than like rotors or like a helicopter.
Okay.
And so he took this thing and he built it out of popsicle sticks and rubber bands. And it basically was like 2 rubber bands. So it was like a triangle like this. And they
Okay.
were stretched outside of this. And then the middle piece you could scoot up and down to change where the tension was. So it could be
Okay.
up top, or he could like move the tension
Right.
down to the bottom. And then he'd hold it in his hand and he would spin it. And based on where the middle piece was
It made like
placed,
a slightly different sound.
they would change the pitch of it. And the
Interesting.
speed that he would do it. It's like when he would take off, it was like, and then it would go faster and faster, and then it was like, and it would make like the flapping noise.
That's actually really
Yeah,
sick.
so it's like just another guy inventing a tool. Like it's not even combining things. He just made a tool.
That's crazy. Actually, like a really funny fact, Jack Foley for what was Operation Petticoat? Something like that. It's called
Sure.
Operation Petticoat, I think. It was supposed to, it's this like war movie that's like a comedy.
Okay.
And I guess they needed a comical sounding motor. And so what he did is he reversed a burp and put it on a loop.
Okay.
And that was the sound that they used for
That was the engine.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like it's again, like you can go home, record just about anything, reverse it, distort it,
And it
change
makes a
the
different
pitch,
sound.
and it'll make a different sound, and you can use it for just about anything.
Anything.
And something that we've mentioned with film and videos is there's a place for everything when it comes to visual and sound.
And yeah.
And there is a home for everything. If you're interested in, sound design, becoming a sound effects artist, a Foley, this is a sound engineer. This is the way to do it. You just go
Start
out,
recording
record stuff, and start messing with it.
Yeah. See what it does.
Yeah, I'm not too, versed in audio myself. I know a little bit.
It's a
but
tough
yeah,
industry.
like it's really, really cool. Like the more I learn about this, I'm just like, dude, I never would have thought of that.
It's interesting too when you start doing audio, like you're starting to read waveforms of like when you're editing. And so like imagine being a master at that and like that's all you read is waveforms.
All I see is blonde, redhead.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
Yeah, that's a perfect
Another great
one.
sound, yeah.
The robots in that, like their tentacle arms, that's, and the ships, dude. It's like the
the Nebuchadnezzar, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's
That's
like
a
that
crazy
electromagnetic thing. It's super cool.
Yeah, that's another really good sound, actually. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Probably designed.
Yeah, it's like the magnetic thing
like
or whatever.
presses against all the edges. That's a great one. Iron Man's shooter or his like blaster. That's the
or
charge up.
Even him like putting the suit on.
Yeah.
Like when like he does like those like slow transformations.
It's like a slower Transformers is what it is.
Actually, yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
Less pieces.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always loved the wind up when you hear Iron Man. It's like not even on screen, but it's like ooh, and you're like, oh shit, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Any other cool
Spider-Man? That's well known.
Oh, the thwip.
Yeah, like.
I remember you looked this up actually a long time ago. Didn't you look up how they made that sound?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think.
I remember when we did the Spider-Man episode with.
Oh, I might have.
Yeah, like I remember we looked it up.
Cataloged somewhere.
It's,
if I did
it's
look
somewhere,
it up. Yeah.
But yeah, like stuff like that. Like,
I'm sure that was like a spray bottle or like something that like they like. What I would think to do is like an air compressor and like do a short burst with it, like shooting something out,
with like a little bit of an elasticity kind of sound to it.
Yeah, the best version of that is the Amazing Spider-Man.
You think so with
Andrew Garfield? Their thwip is the best. Okay. We'll put it in.
We'll put it in. Yeah. No, that's a lot of sci-fi, a lot of Marvel,
superheroes.
Star Wars.
But those are the ones that require like the extra.
Because like. Yeah, everything else, like you said, like for walking, a lot of the times, like they'll have like sand where like they're just like stepping in sand or stepping on hardwood.
They use ice for snow, like crushed ice or gravel, or like they have the stuff there.
Yeah,
but
no, I think like everyone should just go take a look at like some of these like Foley's working in their studios. Like it's really cool to see them like recreate all these sounds. And yeah, they're just watching the movie or whatever they're making the sounds for. And as they're like someone's walking, like in the snow or whatever.
And sometimes they'll wear the shoes or they'll just sit there and like hit it with their hands. Yeah. They can control the pace. But Foley is very interesting. It's fun to do. Like I've done it for a couple projects where like we needed specific car sounds or we needed, we tried to do punch sound effects ourselves. So we bought some stakes. Yeah. And then you put like a thin cloth on it. And then when you hit it, like it gets wetter and wetter. So you just that's how you make like harder and harder hit sound effects. Or that's like cool, we've done bone breaks with celery.
Oh.
So like just cracking two pieces of celery or stuff like that.
If you remember, we looked up how they made the sounds for the punching in Fight Club.
How did they do that?
And
I
it
don't
was
remember.
it was like chicken bones.
Oh, that's right.
If you remember, yeah, like it was they used chicken bones and something else, and they would just like hit at them, and it would just make that like
That
crunching sound. Yeah,
The heavier hit. Like
yeah, because like they did a pretty good job too in Fight Club of like sound design.
Yeah.
Like it was like I think some of the most realistic like fight sounds and actual like impact of like
it felt real.
a human to human like impact.
Yeah, it wasn't like a thump.
It was it wasn't
thud.
just like a
Yeah,
you know,
it
whatever.
had the
Yeah.
slap. It was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it was,
the crunch, the crisp.
yeah, I like that. You know, one we didn't talk about. I don't know how we forgot about it. Jurassic Park.
Oh my god, dude! Jurassic
The T-Rex,
Park.
dude. I mean, that's used overlaid on
Every-
everything
yeah.
now. Like Big Monster, you can hear
You
the
know what's
T-Rex in
crazy
there.
is like, do we know that's actually what they sounded like?
No.
Someone just decided like this is what it sounds like.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg was like, based off my research, I'm pretty sure this is what T-Rex
But okay,
sound
like when you think about it, it's like all these other movies that we're talking about. It's like they did make up sounds.
the
And like
item doesn't actually exist.
yeah, but like for chickens, obviously, like they probably like record chickens or
Yeah.
whatever. But like for a T-Rex and like these living things, like they really straight up made this up. We don't know what they
They
sound
could be
like.
the most harmless animals on Earth for all
Bro,
we know.
Yeah, they might like squeak.
Yeah.
For all we know. But
Or
yeah,
growl,
no,
like-
such an iconic
That
like,
long,
sound.
like bellowing, we'll put it in, but
Yeah.
it's a perfect, like, it almost makes him like the hero.
And even the Velociraptors, dude.
Yeah.
Like the especially in number 3. When
Yeah.
when they go back to the island to look for
And
that lost kid, and
they
they
know
have
they're
like the little
Yeah. Making
yeah,
the like
dude,
raptor clever girl.
Actually, that's a really good ad.
Which is interesting. I never thought of it in the way of like we made up a sound for an animal we have no clue
Because
what it is.
they're real.
Yeah.
I guess like there's like
We're
flat
real.
earthers like that say like they're not real or
They
whatever.
were put here for us
But
to
like
find.
yeah, like an actual animal that is extinct, we don't know what they sounded like, and yeah,
We
Steven
made it up.
Spielberg just made, or whoever the Foley was
Yeah.
for that.
I'm
the
sure
film.
he had a final say, but
yeah, dude, like that's crazy. Like, and it's
Yeah.
such an iconic sound.
it's on everything. Like
I think-
Godzilla, you can hear they definitely
dude, the
toss some of that in
Godzilla,
there.
dude. The
His charge
Godzilla
up.
one is so good too. Actually, yeah.
Like all the way up is
No, I
That's-
think I would say Godzilla has its own sound. I would say maybe it's mixed with the T-Rex
it just
bellow.
I feel like it came from it, you know, like
yeah.
it's
Well,
evolved. Well, it could have come from its own.
Godzilla was first.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking the new ones. The
Okay.
new Scream. The old Scream is you can
So
tell
maybe
it's
like,
a-
Spielberg or whoever where the Foley was for Jurassic Park got
Was
the idea
inspired.
from Godzilla,
Yeah.
made it better,
and then the new guys
and
were
then
like,
Godzilla took that and made it
they were
even
like,
better.
Hold on a second.
Let me cook.
Let me show you something. The -1
I
Scream
still
is
haven't seen that one, dude.
I saw
Is it on streaming services?
it's out now, yeah.
What is it on?
I don't know.
I'll
You might
look-
have
I'll
to
look for
Amazon
it.
it, but it's worth
I
the
have
watch.
Amazon. But yeah, I definitely want to watch -1. I've heard so many good things about
The
it.
sound in that is wild.
Okay.
'Cause
And yeah,
he,
dude, the
uh,
charge up.
Well, the charge up in this one is like OG. Like
Okay.
you know the like
Yeah.
like the almost like a blaster, like old Japanese like
Yeah.
anime sounding. Like that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, and I mean all of Godzilla too. Like the whole world, like they created like Ghidorah. They
Yeah.
created like all the sounds for like
Honestly, all the
Mothra,
monsters
like,
are
yeah.
sick. Like Mothras are cool. They're very
and
whimsical.
They all have like their own sound.
Yeah.
and like they designed these sounds for them specifically.
Who would
and
have
it's
thought
very
moths
soothing.
whistle? Mothra does.
Mothra,
Yeah.
Queen Mothra, dude.
Are there any other examples? I mean, the TIE fighters. That's iconic.
I mean, everything in Star Wars is
Iconic.
crazy. Every ship has its own sound.
The Millennium Falcon.
The
is, like,
Millennium Falcon has its own
it's
sound.
perfect, too.
I mean, the Wookiee sound.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the Wookiee sound.
How could you?
like R2D2 even.
I'm trying to think. Old.
R2D2 is actually, so it was like a synthesizer mixed with like human like,
Screams?
Not screams, but it was like Ben Burt humming.
Oh.
He'd be like, "Brrr,"
And
like
then-
he just
yeah.
and he was explaining it, and it was like half machine, half human, and that's R2D2's voice.
Maybe that's why he feels so human. Like when they
yeah,
talk
no,
to
like
him
and that's what he said. He's like, it adds that like human touch, like
Yeah.
where it's not just machine.
there's warmth
and
to his voice.
Yeah,
It's not just like beeps.
yeah, and he would like change the pitch for like when he was angry and like
That
like,
makes sense because like there's scenes where R2 gets sad and he's like, "Ooh."
Yeah, and you can almost
he-
hear like the voice sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like making sounds with his like voice
Yeah, I
along
feel
with
like-
the synthesizer.
That's interesting. Now that thinking of watching Star Wars, like anytime they talk to R2D2, when they command him, he always is like, and then like whenever he's responding to them, like he always makes a hum or a
Yeah.
random. Interesting.
Yeah, so I thought that was really cool too.
Huh. Freaking Ben
Yeah.
Burt. This
Yeah,
guy.
I mean, again, being a Foley, super cool.
Yeah.
Such a important aspect in all filmmaking. Like, if we had no sound, the film,
Be very, very bland.
everything would be like a 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely. Like, if you had sound,
Doesn't even matter how beautiful it is.
no, like even the legacy that we did we call it Bloodline?
Bloodline. Yeah.
Bloodline. It sounded so naked. Like
Yeah.
when it was just that, and even like,
Well-
and that's why we had to go back and like re-record some of the voices.
Build. Yeah. We had to back
and
end
like
it.
back end, like get some sound design in there because it feels bare.
Yeah.
It
It was
feels
just empty.
it feels empty, like incomplete, and
But
it doesn't look good. It doesn't sound good, obviously.
And silence is a choice. So,
but it
like,
should be done well.
Well, it should be a
Right.
choice. Like if you're just leaving it.
For example,
A Quiet Place is
A
a great
Quiet Place.
example.
That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
going to go with.
Most of the movie's quiet.
Most of the movie's quiet. They do talk. They do make sounds, and like they rustle with like things, and that's what
But
attracts the
not
monsters.
much.
But like for the most part, it's a silent film.
It's
Like it's
they literally use ASL through most of it.
exactly like when it's done as a choice, you have to know what you're doing and how to do and
Yeah.
place everything correctly to emphasize the silence.
Why is it there?
But when it's like an action sequence and your sound is off or like whatever,
Quiet.
like it's a bad product.
I think the only time that would be necessary is if you're shooting an action and you go to like a huge drone shot or something, and the sound is like you don't
or
need
again,
it.
if you're doing like some sort of spoof or like a satire on
Yeah.
something, like that's when you're doing it on purpose and you're making it bad quality on purpose.
Be
to
intentional.
When intentionality,
Yeah.
we say that all
Preach
the
it
time.
every time.
Be intentional with your sound, with
Yeah.
your shots, everything. Sound is just so important, and that's why we wanted to take a couple episodes to talk about
about
them.
it and break it down.
And give shouts to Jack Foley, who
We
really
wanted to fully explain it.
exactly, and he deserves all the respect,
Yeah.
all the recognition.
Thank him. Want to
for-
thank him for nowadays that we have catalogs and catalogs. As filmmakers nowadays, like I can just go online and download
Yeah,
literally 10
and
versions of what we need.
They're we don't get sponsored by them, but Motion Array is a really good place.
Artlist is also great.
There's free versions for all of these where you can find sound effects, you can find assets for animations, you can find just footage for if you need B-roll.
It takes the load off of having to fully build that, but I think that if you are getting creative or doing a creative project, take a swing at
It's
it.
a good tool to have.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out motionarray.com, and what was the other one?
Artlist.
Artlist.
.io.
Artlist.io and motionarray.com.
Both
great
assets.
places, huge libraries of sound, footage, music.
Yeah.
And it's copyright free, so a lot of the times you can
You
just
do have
use
to
it.
pay for it to be copyright free, but
Yes. The free version I think you can use for just like personal projects or whatever. If you're going to be using everything else for
if you're getting paid for the project,
monetary, you can sign up, and it's not
it's
too
not
expensive.
crazy expensive. I think it's like $30 a month.
Yeah, so check them out. Great resource, and as always,
Stay weird.
stay weird.